Welcome, thank you tonight for everyone coming to the meeting. We understand that it's difficult to make time in your schedule to attend these things, and I would like to say we appreciate each and every one of you who come week after week. And I'll do anything to get what I need. Hang out on the streets, let me follow me. It's like a horror movie falling apart. I should be quarantined if they don't quarantine. Those places won't take me anymore. I've been through those doors at 44. And I've been doing this since I was 13. So I'm running those streets, thinking that my tree. And one day, it doesn't mean anything. They're a priest. They're just like
The following contest scheduled for one fall has a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first from Seattle, Washington, with 175 pounds, Darby Allin!
Well, it's a short ride down south from Seattle to Tacoma. But if you're hanging on to the back of a bus, I don't know how short that ride feels, but Darby Allin wouldn't have it any other way.
Allin, known for taking risks inside the ring, clearly continuing on the outside, but that is why he is universally loved by the AEW fan base. Certainly here in Tacoma, everybody on their feet. This young man, one of the company's founding fathers, a hometown hero, in my opinion, the most resilient wrestler I have ever seen.
And I would agree, and we even saw in that video how when he was skateboarding, he took a fall, went right back, did the same thing successfully, did a little Marty McFly action to get here to the Tacoma Dome, as only Darby Allin can do. Look at the eyes. He knows what he's in for, does Darby.
And his opponent, honoring the House of Black, weighing 285 pounds, Brody King!
Well, the first words of someone's walkout song is violence. If you're Darby Allin, I mean, you know you better pack a lunch.
Darby Allin's career was born in violence, and it will continue that way here tonight.
But Brody King often states he is #1 in violence. And Brody King, he is a man that has crossed paths with Darby Allin inside a professional wrestling ring 7 times, one-on-one. But as we heard Darby Allin say, he has beaten Brody King in a coffin match. He has never pinned Brody King. He has never submitted Brody King. Brody King has taken 6 of the 7 victories.
Yeah, the one that we remember most of all was from the Royal Rampage back in 2022. Eliminating Darby with that sleeper hold, just dropped him, if you'll recall, over top of the ropes. That one is forever in our minds, so you know it's in Darby's as well.
Darby content to wrestle this match at his pace.
Darby.
Wow, and straight away to the outset,
Just a hip toss.
Just throw him out of the ring.
you can see the size differential between these two is magnanimous.
As Darby just
Oh, God.
borrow a Tazism, hooked over the top rope, and now driven into the ringside barricade.
Like it was luggage.
Somebody order a Darby Allin.
Brody repositioning the steps.
Allen doing the right thing. Oh, or is he? I thought he was trying to get away.
Oh. Darby, look at those cross faces. Trying to inhibit the breathing, going after the nose. Going after the nose of Brody King. And Darby over the top. Brody, though.
Everything Darby's tried has not worked against this big guy so far. Everything. And I know we're early.
Oh, wow.
A powerful, stinging chop. Staunches the progress of Darby Allin.
Brody King does beat the living daylights out of Darby Allin, as it looks.
Oh, Darby.
He's going to do. Hold on.
Cleared over the steps and now.
Oh! Once again, Brody is there at every moment.
Yeah. You know, we saw on Dynamite earlier this week, Nigel, Darby Allin using that rock, attacking the formerly broken hand of Brody King, but also attacking the formerly broken jaw of Brody King. But Brody,
he's putting the steps on it.
Brody might have wrecked the jaw of Darby there, and now
Sonny King with added incentive here.
Well, then he's going to walk up the steps. My God!
285 pounds. Oh
no!
Add the weight of the ring steps, which I can tell you, no light thing.
And Brody King just looking to bisect Darby Allin here.
Yeah, Paul Turner's seen enough. He rolls in the ring. He's going to start a count.
10 count delivered to both athletes on the floor.
That was visually violent.
It was physically violent as well.
Yes, it was.
Oh, Darby! Thrown into the steps. You know, the thing is, Nigel, it's legal. The ring steps are, I mean, it's part of the field of play, so to speak.
You can see the look there. A fan at ringside. A lot of concern. And if I was a Darby Allin fan, I would be concerned. Here's a cover.
Massive senton by Brody King. And
anytime he steps in the ring, because Darby Allin, he has shown time and again he'll do whatever it takes. He will absorb any amount of punishment. I mean, he got run over by a bus in New York City.
Yeah, facial
2 weeks
fractures.
later, came in and took Eddie Kingston's spot in the Anarchy in the Arena match. It wasn't long after that. Wasn't long after that, Allin talked about planning to climb Mount Everest. I'm surprised he can climb out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, it was only a broken ankle that prevented that. And Darby Allin has recommitted to climbing Mount Everest, but right now Darby Allin
is facing a mountain, a human mountain, in Brody King.
Look at that, Darby, that one finger up. He waved off Paul Turner, who was asking if Darby can continue.
Yeah, it's almost like, give me a second. I'll get back into it. And unfortunately, so is Brody. Here we go. Oh, he's going to Beal him. Oh. Massive. Comes the cannonball.
And no, just a body press in the corner. And
little trio wall action here.
Brody went for the cannonball, but Darby pulled himself upright.
Look at the pain on the face of Darby Allin, but he's still upright.
And Darby's a battering ram.
Might take a second. Whoa!
And Darby landed on his feet. And now, headed to the top. Could be thinking coffin. Drop! But Darby, you can see still clutching his midsection after it was compressed by those ring steps under the weight of Brody King.
I've never seen anything like Darby Allin in my life. In any sport.
Yeah, they certainly broke the mold when they made this man here. Blind leap of faith with the damaged midsection. Just on reflex, as I said, they broke the mold when they made Darby Allin. And then they shut down the factory.
But Darby on the attack. Code red. 1, 2, and no! Brody King able to kick out. But Brody King.
Brody's hurting now too. He can't even get to his feet. Look at this.
Both contenders absorbed a lot of punishment. That's, of course, nothing new for Darby Allin, whose face paint is a nod to being half dead after surviving a car crash that killed his uncle.
But wait a second. Oh, look at Darby. Now reminiscent of that Royal Rampage. How Brody King defeated Darby Allin. How Brody King earned a shot at the AEW World Championship. But
doesn't have the leverage.
And Darby got sandwiched. As soon as you saw Brody King hook underneath the knees of Darby Allin, I think we all had an idea of where that was headed.
I think Darby Allin did as well, because I'm not sure if we'll take a look at it, but on the way down, Darby Allin tried to break his fall with his arm, which actually didn't help. It made it far less of a flat impact. Just watch this. Look at the left arm. Bang! Goes down underneath him. That's not going to help.
Easy way to separate a shoulder. But
hold on. This man will have the leverage.
Brody King with the high ground. Paul Turner giving the 5 count. That's the only difference between the Royal Rampage and this match. There is the 5 count in the ropes. And I think that may be the only thing that saved Darby Allin.
That rear naked choke. It was almost the forearm across the larynx. Oh, my Lord. Like a sack of potatoes.
Brody King just ragdolling Darby Allin back into the ring.
Yeah, Brody's trying to get a second wind here.
This is why Darby Allin is so loved by the fans, because when he gets a beating like this, it's a visceral sense. You can feel the pain. You can taste the suffering. Almost stunned. This level of brutality.
Those are the things fans can identify with, many fans can, being knocked down and getting right back up. Not only in the ring, but in life, right? I mean, that's... You want to be like this. You want to be the guy that continues to come back, regardless of the odds, regardless how big your opponent is. And it's a damn big opponent on the other side here.
I mean, Darby Allin is the man that broke both of his legs while he was skateboarding. He sat on the skateboard and he wheeled himself to the hospital. That is who Darby Allin is. That is the perseverance of Darby Allin. But right now, Darby Allin is trapped in the grip of Brody King. But Darby was gouging at the eyes. Brody maintains control. As you can see, Darby Allin fading before our eyes. Brody with the waistlock, German suplex. And again, Darby landing very awkwardly on that shoulder, Nigel.
As he is apt to do. Such a slight body when you're in there with a man who's almost 100 pounds, if not more, heavier than you. Very difficult to control your body.
And now the waistlock.
This could be a crash.
German suplex from the ropes.
Man, you could see that one coming.
And I think the only saving grace for Darby Allin is Brody King might have clipped his head on the way down.
Very awkward landing for both competitors.
But nonetheless, Brody King with the advantage.
Pointing up, just watch this. Look at the landing for both King, bang, and Darby Allin. And perhaps the same idea repeated. Oh boy.
Yeah, the waistlock in the corner. Brody King to the top.
Oh, God, come on.
No.
God.
Oh, man. Immediately, Paul Turner checking first Darby, and then he has to check Brody here. Again, the second time, just a gigantic crash.
And Nigel, the mechanics of a German suplex off the ropes. Let's take a look at this.
You could see the added momentum and the speed halfway through the air. When someone German suplexes you, you have a visceral sense of when you're going to land. You tuck your chin because there's nothing else you can do. When you come off the top rope, you have no idea when you're going to hit that mat.
Brody King shoots the half. The leg is hooked to cover, and Darby Allin barely kicks out.
You saw in that replay, not only did he come off of that German, but Brody used his arms on the way down.
Well, that's the thing. You have to hang on for a little longer than feels natural if you're Brody King, because an athlete as nimble as Darby Allin, he could backflip out of that. So Brody has to sacrifice himself even more than you normally would on a German suplex in order to effectively...
Oh, my God, no. Come on, please. Sorry,
No, I saw the same thing you
this
did.
is hard to...
Yeah, he's looking back.
Brody King looking back at those steps that are on their side, at ringside.
Someone needs to move these damn steps.
Someone needs to stop this. The human body has a limit.
But look at Darby battering the side of the head of Brody King. No!
You know what? Darby's not done. This crazy man's not done.
Darby Allin, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Just fling your body to die.
The coffin drop.
I agree with the fans.
This the reason why Darby Allin, second time off the top rope, and King unable to avoid the impact. And still not moving.
Understandably so. I mean, the initial impact of falling backwards onto those steps. And then the coffin drop from Darby Allin.
There may be a count-out win here for Darby. He's in the
Up to
ring.
6.
Paul Turner, the referee, up to 6. Now 7. Can Brody King make it to his feet? Can he beat the count? 9.
It's got to be it.
Brody King, whoa! 9.99. Darby! The coffin drop!
To the damaged lower back.
Darby the cover. 1, 2, 3!
There was no coming back from that coffin drop on top of Brody, on top of the steel steps. None, even though Brody got back in the ring.
It was a cascading sequence of events. Brody King feeling the impact of his spine being bent across those steps. First the coffin drop on the outside, then the coffin drop on the inside. Darby Allin has now done what he has never been able to do in his career. He has pinned Brody King inside a professional wrestling ring.
Brody had come in red hot as well, winning 14 of 19 matches. And Darby to do it everything he can to pull himself up. As you can see, Brody's still prone. He's rolling up on the far side. What a battle.
And how sweet it must be for Darby Allin to do it in the shadows of his hometown here in Tacoma. Of course, Darby, just from a few miles north in Seattle, Washington.
Very special moment for this young man. You see a little bit of claret in his front teeth. Standing ovation for both men as somehow Brody King is able to get back to his feet, honoring the House of Black, not just figuratively, but literally.
Oh, this could get very ugly very quickly.
Yeah, there's got to be respect there. You're damn right. Got to be.
Respect shown from the vanquished Brody King. Darby Allin, your winner tonight at Wrestle Dream.
Darby Allin earning the victory, but it certainly will come with a receipt.
A gutsy, courageous victory by Washington's own Darby Allin. But now we turn our attention to the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Private Party have shocked the Young Bucks before. Can they do it again tonight in Tacoma?
This bout set for one fall with a 16-minute time limit is for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Approaching the ring, wearing paisley, pearls, and pumps from Rancho Cucamonga, California.
At a combined weight of 417 pounds, they are AEW EVPs and the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, the Young Bucks.
Say what you will about Matthew and Nicholas Jackson's sartorial stylings, about how they conduct themselves as executives. They are the AEW World Tag Team Champions. They are the high watermark in tag team wrestling, and they are in the conversation as one of, if not the best tag team ever.
Yeah, just think about this. These two young men, as we're taking a look at Top Flight.
Yeah, Darius and Dante Martin, they said it should have been them in this match. It was Private Party that won that #1 contenders match back at Collision.
Yeah, it was Action Andretti was very vocal about that. But when you think about Matthew and Nicholas Jackson being the first and only 3-time AEW World Tag Team Champs, and they didn't even win the tournament to crown the first AEW World Tag Team Champs. So they have had a storied career in a 5-year period. It's been amazing.
Certainly AEW.
Oh my God, is that Private Party?
And their challengers from Brooklyn, New York, at a combined weight of 381 pounds, Sid and Quinn Private Party.
Nigel, that was very, oh, wait a second. Stokely Hathaway, who offered his managerial services to Private Party, who was rebuffed, shall we say. But that was a very cool, very unexpected surprise, seeing Amazing Red, who trained Private Party, but Amazing Red, who you, much like I, came up in the early 2000s independent professional wrestling scene. Amazing Red was a fixture and innovator in the Northeast and passed down those lessons, not just to Private Party, but to, I mean, a breadth, a wealth of wrestlers in and out of the New York scene.
So many people cite Amazing Red as an inspiration for his groundbreaking style in the early years of this century. Every time you see a Code Red,
that's what I was going to say. Every time you see Dustin Rhodes use a Code Red, it goes back to the Amazing Red. How about that, Tony?
Amazing Red, I did see many of these matches, and I know, I remember talking to the kids. I said, where's Amazing Red? How come we don't see him?
Cut that terrible music, for the love of God. All right? All right, Private Party, 5 years ago, we all know you guys beat us in the middle of the ring. We've seen the clip a million times. Yada, yada, yada. Now here we are 5 years later, and it's the biggest match of your entire careers, isn't it? Yeah? Okay. But after you guys beat us, what did you do? Oh, I know, you did absolutely nothing. So what makes you two dorks even think that you're on our level? Because what I'm looking at when I see you two is I'm looking at two guys who will always just be a mid-card act. And the closest you'll ever get to these is sniffing them right here in your face. It's now or never.
Ooh. Jose and Quinn, they've heard enough.
I don't blame them. Absolutely. I don't know what Matt was trying to accomplish there. Sorry, Matthew was trying to accomplish there.
Well, and to Matthew's point, in that inaugural AEW World Tag Team Championship tournament, it was Private Party that scored the first round upset on Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. But afterwards, they sort of squandered their opportunity. It was too much partying. Private Party's head was not on straight. Oh, the super kicks!
Yeah, as we heard in the video, Amazing Red said it's not about the shots, it's not about the party, it's being serious about what your craft is.
Well, hold on a second.
Yeah, this match.
The Young Bucks go. Whoa!
This
Their book of tricks
is not officially underway.
Right, no bell.
You stupid idiots.
As Matthew and Nicholas Jackson just turning this almost into a street fight. Wait a second, Zay finds his feet. And now Nicholas and Matthew planted at the top of the stage.
What is going on here? Look at this.
Mark Quinn's going to go way up top.
Quinn climbing that truss that surrounds the entrance tunnel. Trying to find his footing as Zay trying to keep Matthew and Nicholas Jackson neutralized.
Big risk early on.
This is crazy.
As Quinn off the top.
Wow. Purdy's partner as well coming off.
Got some friendly fire as Zay got taken out. But Nicholas and Matthew in rough shape as well.
Well, it's their own fault. They walked out like they were going to leave. They brought the action back to the entryway.
It was Private Party that started this, throwing some strikes, and now the bell. The match underway.
Diving crossbody. Zay looking to end it early.
Wow, well, that'd have been a shocker.
Yeah, seconds after the bell rang, Zay looking for a pinfall on Nicholas Jackson. Now Quinn and Zay, who throughout their AEW careers, despite that success in the inaugural tournament, they've been perpetual underdogs, Nigel, but I think they're a team that everyone knows is capable of so much more. This is their opportunity to show how focused they've become, how much they've matured.
Well, it's not whether anybody else knows it, it's whether they know and believe it themselves.
Oh, super kick caught. Oh,
wow. Quinn is so quick.
He certainly is. It's impressive to be one step ahead of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson as Quinn is once again, and here comes Zay, the tornado over the top.
Pretty excited, I was saying.
Private Party having a party at the Young Bucks' expense. We better be light on our feet sitting here at ringside during this one.
And now, showing the experience they've gained. Cover, 1, 2. Great combination offense there by Private Party.
Here's a question, fellas. Who do you think has more incentive to win the match here tonight? Who wants it most, do you think?
I think Private Party.
Because
they've never been World Tag Team champs.
But do you think there's doubt? Do you think there's any truth to what the Young Bucks said about them dropping the ball?
Oh yeah, I think that they know that.
I think Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, I mean, EVPs, but they are so egotistical. They will take any steps to win this match, as we saw earlier, trying to get the jump start on Private Party on the top of the ramp. But Zay, great counter, but even better counter by the Bucks. Double super kick.
Private Party changed their tact. We saw the inspirational talk from Amazing Red, so they changed it, feeling that they needed to reboot it.
Well, I would say if you're Private Party, you'd better believe it. You'd better believe you bring 100%, because if they are unable to beat the Young Bucks here tonight, I don't think they will see them with another title opportunity anytime soon.
That's right. In the Young Bucks' 3 reigns as AEW World Tag Team Champions, Private Party have never challenged for the titles before tonight. So this opportunity could be slipping through the hands of Zay and Quinn before our eyes.
The EVP's so good, so seamless. Stereo optic, if you will.
And slowing down the pace. You know, you think back to 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, it was the Young Bucks that pushed the pace. It was the Young Bucks that tried to take teams out of their comfort zone. Now, today, in 2024, that's Private Party, but the Bucks, I mean, just masters at their craft, Nigel. They have slowed down this pace. They've ground it to a halt. They've
learned from experience. It's not just the fact that they're trying to slow things down. They'll pick up the pace, but only when it suits them.
That's what 20 years and 8 world titles will do for you, for the Bucks.
Yeah, including 3 AEW World Championships, and you know, the experience, not just a decade more experience than Private Party, but championships around the world. That's something that is extremely tough, if not impossible, to replicate. The Young Bucks spending so much time early in their career in Ring of Honor and then in New Japan Pro Wrestling before the establishment of AEW. And now Private Party, though, looking to make the most of this opportunity. Zay, the right hand, takes down Nicholas first, then Matthew. Zay perhaps extra motivated tonight as the arm drag takes down Nicholas, ducks underneath the combined attack of the Bucks. The drop kick, Zay up to his feet.
Gotta turn around.
Had a conversation with Zay earlier tonight. He mentioned that the shoes that he's wearing in the match are the same shoes they wore on October 9th, 2019, when Private Party upset the Young Bucks in that opening round match in the AEW World Tag Team Championship Tournament.
Zay wanting Lightning to strike twice, looking for good luck.
Quebrada there by Zay, takes out Nicholas on the outside. Matthew stunned on the inside. Isaiah Cassidy, Zay, if you will, the springboard, the DDT!
Now try to cover him, here we go.
The leg hooked, the cover! Matthew able to kick out.
I admire the way Zay pinned Nicholas there, hooking the leg, pushing the arm down to the mat as well.
You
Top
see
flight Leo Rush, Action Andretti.
Layla Gray as well, all watching on, and as is Stokely Hathaway.
He's got a pleasant look on his face, doesn't he? What an unpleasant guy. Wouldn't want to be in a car ride with him.
As Zay looking for Horkan Rana. Oh! Enziguri powerbomb combination. Almost a double impact. First it was the boot of Nicholas, then it was Zay's head hitting that top turnbuckle pad.
There's some more impact.
As the diving foot.
Oh my God.
What a counter by Zay!
Unbelievable by Zay.
Shoulder in the midsection by Nicholas. No, Zay puts on the brakes. Super kick there by Zay. And Zay with the face buster.
Zay has done some incredible things in this match.
Turning the tables, 1, 2,
And the fans appreciate it as well. What an effort by Isaiah Cassidy.
Yes, Quen on the outside recovering from that sustained offense that he suffered at the hands of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson.
Nicholas trying to pull himself together now. Nobody in either corner to make a tag.
Zay bringing Nicholas into back suplex position, perhaps. No. Nicholas finds his footing, and Private Party looking for the silly string, but no. Oh, what a cutter! Great adaptation by Private Party, but Quen turned his attention to the floor, and now Nicholas over the top, and Nicholas Jackson scores on Private Party.
Look at that, absolutely incredible. Near perfect body control from Nicholas Jackson. Stuck the landing on his feet, and they're not done yet. Watch this.
Wait a second, Quen
Oh,
thrown over the barricade into the laps of Top Flight, Action Andretti, Leo Rush, and Layla Gray. And wait a second, Nicholas Jackson vaulting off the barricade. And, oh, wait a second, they're thinking maybe TK driver on the floor, but no, Zay avoids, and now Zay reverse Horkan Rana. Nicholas, the Gamengiri, stunning Zay, and Canadian destroyer, but Nicholas landing hard on his lower back, and Quen the 450 on the outside. These four men giving it their all tonight.
And well, they should, and I think that the Young Bucks brought the action over right in front of Top Flight for a reason.
As all four men struggling to make it up to their feet. Rick Knox up to
the 9, yeah.
The 9 count, and now all four participants diving into the ring just to fend off the count out. They don't want to be the last on the floor. Nicholas, you could see clutching those ribs after that 450 splash. And now Zay, perhaps with some earned confidence, getting right up in the face of the EVP, Nicholas Jackson, one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions.
Strikes thrown back and forth. Oh, no, clearly not. He's got a lot more.
That fired him up.
Zay with the flurry. Nicholas blocks, wrenches the arm, interlinks the hands. And Nicholas, no wait, Zay anchoring. Oh, roundhouse kick. Stunning Isaiah Cassidy.
Isaiah's taking the brunt of this match.
Hold on.
Now Zay up to the top rope. Nicholas.
Boy, dangerous for oh, brother.
Nicholas into a cutter. The cover. 1, 2, and no, Zay able to kick out.
For as much offense we've seen from Isaiah, that was great resilience as well from the young man.
Isaiah Cassidy showing his heart, but Nigel, I don't know how much more he can endure.
Certainly with the Young Bucks now in full gear.
Here it comes.
TK driver.
TK driver by Quen. Upsets. This is his head folded. 2 and so close.
Lightning will not strike twice.
Or strike thrice, as we saw just 8 nights ago. Wait a second, Matthew and Nicholas, what are they doing here? As Quen, the neck breaker. Oh! The neck breaker on Matthew, but the DDT on Nicholas as well.
Triple offensive maneuvers. There's an appreciative crowd here in Tacoma with the AEW World Tag Team titles hanging in the balance.
And bodies everywhere. Take a look at this crowd. What a great crowd we have had here at the Tacoma Dome, just south of Seattle. Great wrestling fans.
Oh, the sweep of the leg, the Kamagiri. Quen got rocked by that one. Tag made. Nicholas Jackson is legal alongside Quen of Private Party.
Quen's in trouble.
Diving foot stomp.
Got him on the shoulder, that right shoulder.
And
There we go, pump it up.
Those trademark Young Bucks Reebok pumps.
I asked the question earlier. I think the Young Bucks want this victory more. They want to expunge that loss in 2019.
Very well could be, Nigel.
And now breaking out one of the classics, maybe. More bang for your buck. No.
Ooh.
And off the back of Quen, Zay sandwiching Matt Jackson in the corner. And now the chin and juice. Do we have new champs?
Here it is.
1, 2. Oh, so close.
Great kick out. Great kick out by Nicholas.
Look on the face of Zay. Can't believe it.
Disbelief on the face of both members of Private Party. They cannot afford to get flustered.
Don't take your foot off the gas now, fellas. This is your opportunity.
The match is in hand. The AEW World Tag Team Championships. A heartbeat away for Private Party. Tacoma, Washington is willing them on.
Yes, sir. Chanting Private Party.
Can they take the next step? A super kick.
Divide and conquer.
And wait, Private Party drawing inspiration from Matthew and Nicholas. More bang for your buck. 1, 2. No, Matthew there to break it up.
Wow.
They are beside themselves here. Within a split second of losing the titles.
Tony, that is why the Young Bucks are so good. Their resilience is second to none as a tag team.
Absolutely. Great sense of timing. They know positioning in the ring. They have a great sense of awareness. That's why they're the best. They really are. And they could be moments away from losing the championship.
What is this?
Well, his Private Party has come to wrestle, guys.
Quen saving his partner.
A little bite to the head. I don't get that, but here we go.
Not only has Private Party come to wrestle, they've come to win the AEW World Tag Team Championships, but
there's an example of what you were talking about just moments ago, Excalibur. Why the Bucks are so good.
Oh, wow. Doomsday drop kick from the Bucks. And Zay on the receiving end of the Poison Rana. Now Matthew and Nicholas. Oh, the drop kick into the senton. And now the EVP trigger. The Bucks are going to retain. 1, 2, 3. No!
What about Isaiah Cassidy? Holy smokes!
Listen to that reaction.
That's not a roll of thunder. That is people here in Tacoma stomping their feet. They want to see Private Party end this. Oh, my goodness.
Well, Quay may be done on the outside.
The party may be over.
Zay. He's been able to endure one EVP trigger, but a second would undoubtedly end the night for Private Party.
Yeah, he's dangling. Took all he could to kick out of that one.
Oh! Zay, roll him up! It's a cradle. 1, 2.
Oh my God! I thought it was 3.
Zay!
This is it!
He comes alive, doesn't he? Look at this!
The flurry of shots! Oh, but the damage to the head, Zay, I think... I mean, that was all adrenaline. That was a surge of adrenaline, but now... Matthew Jackson, look at this, the catch. TK driver, that has got to be it. 2, 3.
Third time's the charm.
Here are the winners and still AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks.
Well, in a state that is known for its meteorological events, there will be no more lightning here tonight.
As you said, Nigel, the Young Bucks expunging that loss against Private Party with the defense of the AEW World Tag Team Championship here tonight in Stokely Hathaway.
I'm telling you this.
A smirk on the face of Stokely.
Yeah. And there's another smirk. Give all the credit in the world. I know, raise the champ's hands, they deserve it. But Quay and Gwen. Yeah.
Gwen and Zay.
Those guys.
You're beside yourself, Tony.
I am.
Get yourself together.
It was absolutely amazing. An amazing night.
Tremendous victory, and you see Zay. I mean, there was that flurry of offense, but he seemed to collapse. And I think, Tony, that was just a case of the punishment that Zay endured, catching up with him at the exact wrong moment. And the Young Bucks, being the veterans that they are, seized on that opening.
Don't hang your head, man. And I know the emotion of it, and they gave it their all, but the fans here are applauding the efforts of Private Party as well. They should. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Yeah, Private Party with absolutely nothing to be ashamed of here tonight. They left it all in the ring. They wrestled their hearts out. And unfortunately for them, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the Young Bucks, the better team tonight. But you know what, Tony? The better team tonight, but not every night. Zay and Gwen left to consider the next steps that will be crucial in their tag team careers. But fans will tonight be La Noche del Nueve. Will Chris Jericho earn his 9th World Championship, or will this match that was made deeply personal belong to Mark Briscoe?
This next bout set for one fall with a 60-minute time limit is for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
Introducing first, being accompanied by the Redwood Kid. From Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing 200 pounds, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho.
Well, for our final two matches of the evening, we are joined by none other than the Hall of Fame voice of professional wrestling, good old JR, Jim Ross. JR, so great to have you here tonight for this Ring of Honor World Championship match.
I'm sorry, Excalibur. What a beautiful city.
Yes.
Fans are packed. Yep. It's awesome. That I've been listening, watching it all night. It's good. It's good to see Nigel again. Watching fella rabbit out of his hat. Anyway, this is going to be great.
If there's any man who can do that, it is this man in the ring, the Ocho, 8-time world champion, Jim. Will we see 9 tonight?
He's a legend.
And he's also in the #1 rated movie in America today.
Terrifier 3 in theaters now.
And his opponent, from Sandy Fort, Delaware, weighing 229 pounds, he is the Ring of Honor World Champion, Mark Briscoe.
JR, you've been around this sport a lot longer than I have. I would say Mark Briscoe, in my estimation, is full of P&V tonight.
Yeah, he probably is. He looks like it. Jericho made this very personal. And anytime you can make an issue personal, it's better for the fans, believe it or not.
Sure.
And it's certainly better for the match.
And I would go on the limb to say this is the biggest singles match of Mark Briscoe's career. Going against Chris Jericho for the ROH World title.
The title that his late brother Jay held on 2 occasions. Certainly Briscoe defending the title with pride.
There we go.
Yes, that didn't take long, did it?
Yeah, both men stepping forward. Mark Briscoe getting the better of the Learning Tree. Chris Jericho, repeated shots in the corner. Of course, this is a Ring of Honor World Championship match. Nigel, it means that it is 20 count on the outside. The code of honor we just saw was not observed.
Well, we didn't expect it to be observed, but let me ask you this. Is there...
Oh, wait a second! Code breaker!
Could be an early win.
Jericho! Oh no, Briscoe kicking out. Barely a 1
count, but how often do you get to challenge for the Ring of Honor World title on a weekend that your movie is the #1 in America?
That could be a first-time occurrence here tonight, but Mark Briscoe,
He's motivated as hell, Excalibur.
Let me ask you this, JR, do you think too much?
Maybe. We'll find out. The other day, we'll answer that question.
Yeah, I know what he's fighting about. He's fighting because of anger, because of what Chris Jericho said about his brother. But the fact is, you got to retain the world title here. That's the #1 thing.
Oh, there's that redneck kung fu that Mark Briscoe likes to employ. And of course,
That looks like a good T-shirt.
Suplex there as Briscoe.
Well, the chicken might fly.
They're right in front of us, which is uneasy.
Briscoe drops the elbow. We could feel the flood through our feet here at ringside.
Certainly, Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree, felt it.
Aubrey Edwards has got to take over here because this thing's going to get out of hand very quickly.
But Mark Briscoe, longtime Ring of Honor competitor, knows that the 20 count is on the floor. He has that internal clock. He's able to take advantage of it, perhaps more so than Jericho, who may be more used to the traditional 10 count in AEW. Oh, Briscoe.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, Mark Briscoe! Topic on Hero, taking out Big Bill and Chris Jericho on the floor.
As usual, Mark Briscoe throwing caution to the wind. Certainly, Jericho's strategy of firing up Briscoe.
Oh! Stiff shots right to the face of Chris Jericho.
Flesh on flesh, the jaw of Jericho being tested by Mark Briscoe.
Who's wrestling the most important singles match of his career.
Good God Almighty. It's like sitting next to the racetrack and cars are crashing.
I mean, Mark Briscoe is going up against one of the greats. You mentioned this at the beginning of all time in Chris Jericho in a world title match. How big is that?
Oh, wait, Big Bill!
Oh, come on.
Speaking of big, those size 15s right upside the jaw.
And Jericho, I think he's got Aubrey Edwards' hand. He's not letting her turn around while Big Bill goes to work.
Not only that, Big Bill is taking...
Watch out,
I'm not
guys.
liking this.
No. Big Bill is taking the ring skirt. And
Well, he's wedged this table against a Orange Cassidy.
What's he doing out here?
Orange Cassidy.
Man, making an impact to what he's doing.
Conglomeration, Nigel.
There is no business being out here.
Well, you're right about that, but he is.
You heard what Jerry said to Orange Cassidy earlier, and Orange Cassidy is taking this to task.
Yeah, 3 consecutive orange punches to Big Bill. But Jericho taking advantage of all this distraction. Well, he was temporarily. Mark Briscoe now regaining the advantage.
We got a lot of Briscoe fans behind us.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, around the world, JR. They just love this kid.
He's certainly a very charismatic individual. Played a huge factor with his late brother. Oh! In the building of Ring of Honor, a company that has spawned so many superstars in this industry.
These styles, are these styles clashing or are they melding together, gentlemen?
Well, Chris Jericho, he said that invoking the name of Jay Briscoe was to gain an advantage on Mark, to take him off his game.
Of which he succeeded, right?
Well, I don't know, I mean, because Mark Briscoe's had most of the advantage, but Jericho just turning the tables as I'm about to say that.
To your point, JR, Chris Jericho, known as the greatest sports entertainer of all time, knows how to cut a corner here or there, and that certainly has given him some respite.
Now, Chris Jericho certainly has made a solid name for himself around the world and here in AEW as well.
Without
Solid
him, we
name,
wouldn't
might be
have our
an
new
understatement.
TV deal. So,
Right?
And you know, Nigel, the thing about the passing of Jay Briscoe is that it was difficult for so many people, obviously for the Briscoe family, but Mark, he was the rock for so many people. He was the one that was consoling others.
And he was beloved. Mark was beloved, Excalibur.
Or Jay. He
Jay,
passed,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
But Mark, he was people were heartbroken, and Mark was the one consoling them, even though his brother passed away.
yeah, the resilience of Mark Briscoe and his faith in God and his religion certainly was admirable, to say the least.
Oh, Jericho's commandeered the camera now.
Yeah, this is not a good sign for Jericho fans because he's already drifted away from the focus of the wrestling match.
But you know, Nigel, I say all that because this is, I think, the first time that I've seen Mark Briscoe since the passing of his brother, at least to my observation, shaken, and it was because of the actions of Chris Jericho.
Yeah, again, to the point though we've talked about, I think that was Jericho's intention.
Sure.
Because Briscoe came out here, and yes, he's had the majority of the offense for the first half of the match, but one would certainly think the second half will now go to Chris Jericho.
Boy, this is a tough match to officiate. The crowd, mixed crowd.
Look at this. How much is Chris Jericho loved?
And Nigel, I mean, for
Not that much.
one-time Ring of Honor aficionados, this bordering on a fight without honor.
Fight without honor, and a fight you never would have imagined, certainly. Ring of Honor was a place that people...
Jericho realizes early on here that he's got to be especially aggressive tonight against a man who was raised on aggression.
With the Ring of Honor title on the line, Jericho, with the #1 movie in America, could be adding a 9th title
Jericho,
to his
of course,
collection.
a former Ring of Honor world champion himself, looking to regain that title to add that 9th trophy to his mantle. As he ascends to the top, Mark Briscoe's progress interrupted, and Jericho.
Jericho, look at him go up top. We're talking about a guy who's done so much, he doesn't need to go up top, but he's going to do it anyway.
Isn't that admirable, Tony?
Yes, I agree, it's admirable. It's Chris Jericho.
It's also unnecessary.
Chris
But
Jericho. My God.
Work on Rana off the ropes.
What a performer.
Who's showing out tonight is Chris Jericho.
What a competitor, Tony.
This win here tonight would put him into another Hall of Fame somewhere.
Mark Briscoe, though, stringing together a series of offensive maneuvers.
That's the great thing about Briscoe. He's so resilient.
And even though the words what Chris Jericho said about Jay is ringing in his ears, the moment is not lost on Mark Briscoe what this means.
Got Mark Briscoe.
Hard shots. He's a striker, man.
Briscoe there just talking trash to Jericho as well, saying this is for my brother.
Holy hell.
Oh,
Jericho immediately clutching the side of his head as Briscoe, Fisherman Buster!
that's got to do it.
1, 2, no! Jericho able to kick out.
But not a very powerful kick out. Not a I'm still in control here kick out.
Yeah, that shot to the face, JR, really rung the bell at Jericho.
Tony Jericho on the back foot now as Briscoe pushing forward.
Briscoe was looking maybe for the Jay Driller, that double underhook pile driver.
Well, here we go, could get the line tamer. Just got to step through. There it is.
Oh, wow. What pressure on the lower back.
What pressure, but what presence of mind of Jericho, JR. Mark Briscoe is in the dead center of the ring, equidistant from all of the ropes if he wants to force a break.
Great positioning by Briscoe, no doubt about that. To know where he is, but he's working toward the ropes, which will cause a break.
Now Jericho taking a lot of energy as this as well. That's why he's sitting down here now, because there's a lot of pressure on your quads.
That's right, Nigel, because even though it looks like Jericho is sitting down, he's still expending a tremendous amount of energy to wrench back on those legs of Mark Briscoe.
He finally gets to the ropes.
And thus, when you're so far back, it's very difficult to walk the other way when Mark Briscoe's going to the ropes.
Briscoe's mouth.
Oh, wait a second.
It's the bad
It's the bad apple, Brian Keith. The official didn't see it. New champion.
1, 2, and no! Mark Briscoe.
Man, that's close. So close. In a great match like this, to have it end that way.
But I think Brian Keith even had Jericho's back as well. Look at Rocky Romero. Get Rocky. Jericho trying to sow the seeds of discontent within the conglomeration. Rocky Romero wants no part of it.
We're back inside.
Right in the face for Jericho. Downtown Winnipeg. Jericho
Bringing the chair into play. Mark Briscoe taking advantage.
Oh my God, the look on Briscoe's face when he landed, I couldn't see Jericho. God dang.
Let's see if we can take another look at that. Wow. Briscoe taken to the sky. The table had been there for a while. Just watch here, high angle, boom.
Yeah, it was the
Jericho through the
back of Jericho's head that went through the bottom of the table. You can see the cracks as Mark Briscoe throwing his body into Jericho on the floor.
Cracks in the table, not in his head.
Right.
This may be the froggy bow coming up here. If he can connect it. Jericho's up.
Froggy bow. Oh, code breaker. What anticipation by Jericho.
Man, with anticipation indeed.
Are we seeing it?
Jericho makes the crawl. The cover. No.
I just didn't have a feeling that was going to put Briscoe away. This is a special night for Briscoe.
Boy, Jericho's really frustrated now. Even screaming out.
Well, he's the one that asked them.
Jericho.
He ain't got to do the match.
Jericho calling for the Judas effect here. Briscoe knew it was coming. Boot to the midsection.
Jay Driller's coming next, Oliver.
Double underhook. The hands clasped.
Nope.
Jericho fights out of it. Swing and a miss.
It's a nice counter.
Judas effect.
Oh, that caught Briscoe good.
Come on.
Bad, whatever your perception is here.
Briscoe's out.
Yeah, I'd be covering him if I were Jericho.
Oh, I agree. What's he trying to do here? I mean,
Oh, he's looking to humiliate Mark Briscoe.
oh, I know exactly what he's trying to do here.
Well, why don't you share it with us?
Jay Driller on Mark Briscoe.
Chris Jericho, the double underhook.
Look up to the heavens.
And the Jay Driller.
Oh,
That's
the
exactly-
ignominy.
That has got to be it.
Now, please end it.
The humiliation. 1, 2, and
Kidding me? What the hell?
Wow, he wanted to humiliate Mark Briscoe, who will have none of it.
Jay Briscoe, the Jimi Hendrix of this, is licking down, playing a guitar riff, having the time of his life.
Face to face now.
look at Briscoe just absorbing these punches.
The intensity. It's as if his face were calloused, and it's not. That's heart and passion and grit.
Oh, Jericho stunned him with that. No, he did not. Briscoe marches forward. And look at this. It's like each consecutive shot urges on Mark Briscoe.
Briscoe's liable to break his hand before he gets his business taken care of at this rate.
But there we see those open-handed strikes, JR, to that point.
I like that.
And the hell stab under the throat. An emphatic shot has the challenger reeling.
Here we go.
Briscoe, Death Valley driver.
Man, the fans are so solidly behind Briscoe, it's not even funny.
They try the froggy bow once again. Yes!
Froggy!
Yo! Yes! It's going to be the biggest win of his career. Cover him. Looking up at the heavens to Jay.
Come on, baby!
And now,
Mark Briscoe will not let Chris Jericho sully his brother's name, his brother's reputation. It's the Jay Driller.
Good grief!
1, 2, 3.
Reach for the sky, boy. There is your winner and still Ring of Honor World Champion, Mark Briscoe.
unbelievable. The biggest single win of his career, JR, by far.
He defended his family's honor. He defended successfully the Ring of Honor Championship. What a night for this Briscoe.
What a moment, a win for Mark Briscoe, and yes, a win for Jay Briscoe as well. What a moment that we witnessed, they tell him.
Mark Briscoe, a tremendous victory despite the mind games, the mental manipulation of still the Ocho, Chris Jericho.
Fans loving some Briscoe here tonight.
And I asked the question, was he too emotional coming into it? I don't think it was really that.
We them boys. Ain't
Mark
going nowhere.
Briscoe,
Jay, love you, dog.
understandably emotional after he defends the Ring of Honor World Championship tonight at Wrestle Dream. But fans, coming up 6 weeks from tonight, Saturday, November 23rd, the next time we'll be on pay-per-view. Full Gear, Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey. Tickets available right now, AEWTIX.com. Who will be the AEW World Champion when All Elite Wrestling returns to Newark for Full Gear? We are just moments away from finding out as Bryan Danielson puts his championship and his career on the line against a man he called not just friend, a man he called brother, in none other than Jon Moxley. Main event time, live in Tacoma. And to make it official, let's head to the ring and the Dapper Yapper, Justin Roberts.
Tacoma, Washington. Your Wrestle Dream main event set for one fall with a 60-minute time limit is for the All Elite Wrestling World Championship.
they say in the seas near this location we're in, batten down the hatches.
Brother, I'm trying to remember if I've been ever so stoked about a world title match as this one. And we've called many of them, JR. This one has so much riding on the career of Bryan Danielson.
Stoked is the word I would use. I am afraid this is going to be dangerous, brutal and violent. Jon Moxley has shown what he is capable of. Bryan Danielson, ditto. We are in for one hell of a fight. If I were you fellas, I'd be light on your feet.
Believe you me, I will. And you know, Bryan Danielson, JR, had said that before the year is over, he is going to have surgery. This is a very dangerous match for him to have here in the month of October.
Introducing the challenger from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 231 pounds, Moxley.
JR, the prospect of neck surgery is, that's serious for anyone.
Yeah.
But if you know you need neck surgery in the next 3 months, and you're stepping into a ring with a man that relishes doling out violence like Jon Moxley, I mean, surgery could be coming sooner than later.
I agree with that, Excalibur. I also know that it doesn't take a detective to figure out that man, Jon Moxley, is going to focus on the neck of Bryan Danielson.
And Tony, you know, to hear Moxley tell it, he says this is not what he wants to do. This is what he has to do. He's being forced to do this to Bryan Danielson. Forced by who? I would say none other than Jon Moxley.
I don't get that. Yeah.
I don't either. He's been speaking in riddles ever since I walked in the ring and he said, this is not your company anymore. Who knows? Maybe it'll come to fruition tonight.
Is this the last time we will hear those epic chords? Is tonight the end of crying Bryan Danielson?
Champion of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
I sent that out on Twitter earlier tonight. It's really cool.
Capturing moments of the Blackpool Combat Club, of better times, when Danielson, when Claudio Castagnoli, when Jon Moxley, when Wheeler Yuta were united, when they were ascending to the top of AEW.
He's a hell of a man, ladies and gentlemen.
There's never been a better man to hold a world title match. A world title bout. Jon Moxley.
Well, Jon Moxley not waiting for the honorifics, not waiting for the ceremony, attacking Bryan Danielson before the song has even ended.
And the bell has not run. This match has not officially started, but they're fighting like hell.
And Moxley now on the defensive is Danielson. Danielson, who grew up. Moxley shut him down. Wow.
Is that going to be what kind of night it is?
I think so, Jim.
I told you, fellas, we are just getting started.
What the hell is he at now?
Moxley with the camera cable.
Well, he can do down there anything he wants. The match has not started.
Look at this. Reminiscent of what we saw it all out. Throttling Danielson.
What an unfair advantage is Jon Moxley gaining on the champ.
It's a fair bunch if anybody can do it. Oh!
And Moxley, who claims he has to do this. By what order?
There you go. His black heart, I suggest.
But Danielson, who has to do this, not just for himself, but for AEW. He's the standard bearer.
Marina on the back, she gets shoved, and down goes Bryan Danielson.
Can you believe it? The damn bell hasn't run.
And now Moxley, the chair in hand.
Mox right in the face. Right in the face.
And we are off to the races.
Right, what a pace. What intensity.
John Moxley reverses Danielson into the corner. Moxley, well acquainted with the offense of Bryan Danielson.
He's got that bulldog choke on.
I just wore my Blackpool Combat Club hoodie yesterday.
Wow.
What the hell's going on?
Man.
Masa Saito style suplex there from Danielson. Moxley finds himself reeling. Danielson.
Hell, ended earlier.
1, 2. Moxley kicks out.
Wow.
Bryan had better end it early because the longer this goes, the more it favors John Moxley.
Oh, I agree with that.
Bryan
Nigel.
knows that.
I
That
agree.
is fear on his face.
Well, I don't know about that, but I know that the longer the match goes, it goes to the advantage of John Moxley.
Yeah, I think on his face we're looking at determination and anger.
Over the course of their careers, Bryan Danielson, John Moxley. Oh, wait. Danielson!
He just threw his body at him.
Think about it this way. If Bryan loses the title, he's quitting.
He is gone.
That's as simple as I can put it.
In his own words, he said that when he loses the World Championship, Bryan Danielson will end his full-time in-ring career.
Exactly.
As Danielson, Tope Suicida, tumbling into the announce positions at ringside.
Oh, they are on the Spanish announce table. Watch out, Carlos.
They may not stay there, so I'd get moving.
Yeah.
As Danielson and Moxley. Atop the Spanish announce table.
What kicks? Right to the heart. Right to the sternum.
Moxley, the thumb to the eye. And no,
right.
wait, no.
Danielson could not take this. He could not take. Oh.
Did you see
Yes, I
how
did.
Danielson's head rebounded off the desk?
Oh, God.
And now Danielson understandably clutching that injured neck.
Tough call for the referee. He's got to be smart here.
Yeah, Jim, that's
Just watch here. Not sure if we can see from our angle. Let's take a look from a different angle if we can.
Here it is.
Watch the head. Oh, my God. And the neck. No give in that.
The
Sable.
cervical compression of the spine, the neck of Bryan Danielson.
My God.
And then Moxley. With that Cable and Bryce Remsler doing all that he can.
He is. In hindsight, maybe we should have 2 referees for an intense battle like this.
You could have 10. John Moxley doesn't give a damn.
Okay.
Oh, Moxley taking a swipe at Nigel McGuinness. And that may prevent Nigel from cheering on the challenger.
Look at this. It's like drawing a bullseye on the neck and crashing down on it.
Guys, right now, I'm more concerned about Bryan Danielson's health than I am the world title, to be honest with you. I just, there's got to be a point to where I don't know. And
now look at Marina Shafir.
She's a wild opportunist down, man.
And these knees to the head and neck of Danielson while the referee attention is diverted.
She is a highly trained martial artist, knows what she's doing in there, and obviously has no fear or intimidation of getting involved.
And unfortunately for Bryan Danielson, the referee can only call what he can see, JR.
Of course, that's true. You're right.
John Moxley got just an evil look on
now
his
Moxley,
face.
lateral press, the cover.
I used to think when we first started AEW that Moxley had under so much personal inflicted patience, lack of patience,
right,
that he was not stable, mentally not stable. And I believe that to this very day.
The three-time former AEW World Champion. He was the man that carried this company. He put this company on his back. He was the standard bearer for AEW. He was the international face of all elite wrestling for so long. But now he claims that this company has become something unrecognizable to him, that only John Moxley can set it right.
Kick right to the neck.
You guys remember John Moxley's arrival into AEW, the very first Double or Nothing. Unexpected, through the audience.
Attacking Chris Jericho, attacking Kenny Omega, making a statement.
So Bryan Danielson cannot even get to his feet right now. And so I just don't know. I don't know if...
It takes a lot of guts to make that call, Tony.
Yeah.
For Remsburg to make that call to stop this match. It takes a lot of guts.
There is no way Bryce Remsburg is stopping this match. Bryan Danielson won't let him do it if there is an ounce of energy in his body. John Moxley, and I hate to say this, he's going to have to kill Bryan Danielson.
I hate to say this. Ouch.
And you know what, Nigel? I think John Moxley's willing to do it. After what we just witnessed inches away from our face. Moxley, that look in his eyes.
Guys, he put a bag over his head, okay?
John Moxley put a bag over Bryan Danielson's head.
Right. Oh, man, and John Moxley laid that one in, boys. Holy smokes.
Now the cover.
Where does Danielson get this from?
It's in his DNA is all I can say. It's the only explanation for it. You can't train for it.
In Danielson's own words, he's not just defending the AEW World Championship against John Moxley. He's defending AEW against John Moxley.
Of course. That's why I say it again. Bryan Danielson's the finest man I've ever seen wear a world title belt. He really is. What a fighter. What a man. Damn it, this man's getting his head kicked in right now.
Now Moxley looking for a cover. The leg hook, Danielson.
Here in his home state as well.
Almost still uneasy when we get a near fall. End it. End it. I know it's up to Wrestler's Creed and all that bullshit, but the bottom line of it is that this man's health is on the line. We know he has to get a neck surgery.
We know there is no way Bryan Danielson will quit.
Oh, my God.
John Moxley told him. He said, there's no way I'm going to let you die on your own sword.
The game plan, though, is evident of Moxley. Punish the neck of Danielson.
Well, that's the shortest route to a win, right?
Point of the elbow. That on the spine. On the neck.
It's quite a weapon.
And there,
Marina Shafir.
Behind the official.
Well, that's the element right there that I didn't expect to this severity.
They need to run her ass out of here. That's what they need to do.
And again, the referee, though, can only call what he can see.
I know that.
Are you going to do it, Tony?
No, I said they.
You think anyone in the back wants to do it? No.
Very emotional here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Very dramatic in many areas.
Emotion is certainly the word. Oh, he's going to break his fingers.
And John Moxley.
You see the look that Bryan gave Moxley after that?
Moxley looking to prevent the LeBell lock, Nigel. Attacking the fingers of Danielson.
Well, I wrestled Bryan Danielson recently in New York City. That was my intention as well, was to injure the arm.
But remember, Bryan Danielson, he forced Kazuchika Okada to tap out to that label lock with a broken arm. Danielson.
Look at the strength of this one. She's scary.
Oh, man, she's tough.
You ain't kidding. I don't know who I'm more afraid of, Jon Moxley or Maria Shafir.
But Jon Moxley,
It doesn't have to be this way.
it doesn't have to be this way. That's
This is a shocking level of violence.
It's your fucking brother. It's your fucking brother. It's your fucking brother.
oh no, Moxley already on the announce desk.
Last rights.
Come on, Bryan, fighting.
Danielson, body drop.
Timely elevation by the world champion.
I think he may have saved his career right there. His health.
In JR, this is where the masterful technique of Bryan Danielson can take over. Jon Moxley has conducted this match how he wants to. Now it's Danielson's turn, perhaps.
No doubt about it. The wrong guy for the Bryan Danielson fans has led this match ahead on points and all that good stuff.
But Moxley out of the corner of his eye saw Danielson on the top. Now digging the fingers and stripping off the kinesio tape, biting into the flesh of the AEW World Champion.
Kidding me?
I don't know what he's trying to prove with that.
What an animal.
He's a vampire.
Moxley's getting into his zone. You can almost feel his comfort level increase.
But Danielson slips free. And Moxley, he was trying to look over his shoulder, trying to get a position on Danielson. But Danielson now.
Fire with fire, they say.
Danielson returning the favor. And punishing Moxley with the kicks in the corner.
Where does Danielson get this reserve from, JR? It's amazing.
Well, these fans help a lot, I can tell you that. He's a gamer, man. I've never seen anybody with his passion. His ability to think through and strategize a match.
Moxley, after absorbing the punishment in the corner, finds himself in a precarious position with Danielson once again hammering down on the neck, and you see Danielson slumped over.
That's a good point, Excalibur. Going right back to the...
Oh, Danielson! Spider! German suplex!
Here he comes! And then he did a better setup. I couldn't do a setup, he had a gun to my head.
They are behind Bryan Danielson en masse.
You just got to kind of sense that one way or the other, the end is near.
Diving headbutt, nobody home. Moxley accelerates. Moxley, stop!
Oh, God. Oh,
The
God.
cover, two, and Danielson!
Close near fall. Passionate near fall.
Oh, the gator roll. Moxley now looking for the bulldog.
Well, the bridging choke, perhaps, if he can drive forward with his hips.
When Jon Moxley in his first reign as AEW World Champion was challenged by Brody Lee, this is how he defended the title. This is how he put Brody Lee to sleep.
Another physical affair that we've had in our glorious, short, but amazing history.
And now, Moxley, the front chancery into the driving knee strikes. The crown of the head. Every time he does that, Nigel, it compresses the spine of Danielson further.
It's perfect strategy from Jon Moxley, and I've got to be honest, for all the vitriol I feel towards Bryan Danielson, I'm not sure which side I'm on right now. It wasn't even just a slap to the face. Jon Moxley is such a dislikable person.
Danielson, though, tremendous submission defense.
Look at Danielson go. Look at him go.
All of a sudden, he goes from walking through hell to applying a tombstone.
Bryan Danielson, my God.
The submission escape into that masterful pro wrestling technique, the hallmark of the career of Bryan Danielson, who I hope I pray will continue after tonight.
Take a look at Bryan Danielson's right arm. You can see it's slightly smaller than his left arm. That is evidence of damage to the neck, a weakening of the right arm.
The atrophy setting into the right arm of Danielson. But Moxley,
well, he could take some punishment. Not only dish it out, but take it.
Very resilient, very tough. He looks at every issue as a personal challenge.
Right. Champion and challenger alike to their feet. The challenger, though, seemingly with the advantage.
But Danielson's awfully wobbly on his feet here. Oh, look at this. What a moment.
Talk a little trash. You can feel the emotion here.
Danielson
shaking it off here, Excalibur.
Absorbing the shot from Moxley. Returns with one of his own.
Whether Danielson wants to admit it or not, he can't take a lot of exchanges. And nobody goes even to their knee. That's how gutty and gritty as I used earlier.
Danielson the first to flinch. Moxley.
Now can Moxley take advantage? That's the key thing. He's finally got the champion down to a knee.
Jon Moxley is in his absolute element.
And this,
oh brother,
this is a fight for a championship for Moxley. This is a fight for survival for Bryan Danielson. Uppercuts testing the granite chin of Moxley. As Danielson connects.
The resiliency, the strategy, and the inherent timing of the champion is unreal.
Amazing man, amazing performer. Both are amazing performers.
I had all these quips, all these one-liners written down for Bryan Danielson. And I'm not saying one of them. This is too important.
A human heavy bag getting rocked. Referring to Jon Moxley, who may be getting the chance to be the champion kicked out of him.
Danielson said, I was going to kick his you-know-what head in. He said it many times. Pretty good blow that time to the head.
There's no question Bryan Danielson is loved. There's a guy at ringside holding a sign that says, I beat cancer, to watch Bryan Danielson kick his head in.
Shafir once again, now caught red-handed.
Get her ass out of here.
Oh, cutter! Cutter from Moxley.
See you later, young lady.
But has she already tilted the balance in favor of Moxley?
I don't know. That's a good question. She created many opportunities for herself, and more importantly for Jon Moxley.
She's not leaving. Get her out of here.
She's going, but to answer that question, she has absolutely played a part.
Yeah.
The bigger question is, has she done enough to take it beyond the hopes of Bryan Danielson?
Well, now it's one-on-one, and that's what we want to see.
Back to square one, back to even, starting it all over.
Danielson, some blood showing over his left eye.
Heard the words of Jon Moxley. He said, this is the real world. Nothing lasts forever. Saturday night, everyone will see the truth.
Paradigm shift, perhaps Death Rider attempt. Danielson doesn't want to find out. The roundhouse kick misses. German suplex Danielson to his knee. Oh, psycho knee!
so close. So very, very close to the 3 count.
Wow.
They are willing him on here.
Yeah, they are.
And it's not just here in Tacoma. It is around the world. Bryan Danielson, 100% support. Can he fend off this challenge from Jon Moxley?
We have seen Bryan reach down to some depths of his soul and his heart and come through on every occasion. All the title defenses he's had since winning the championship.
25 years since Bryan Danielson first left Washington. He is back here tonight. Is this the last night?
Some old Okie brought him to Louisiana and Texas, and he got trained.
Kick his head in.
I never in my wildest dreams thought I would sing this.
And now the transition, the lapel lock cinched in. Moxley finding himself in some very deep water at the hands of the AEW World Champion.
He's going to tap. Look at the hand. Look at the hand.
Bryan's putting everything in it he's got. Everything he's got.
Literally, his fingernails clawing at the mat. Has to get to the bottom rope.
Oh, he's there.
And Danielson.
Danielson got it.
That's so smart. That's so strategic.
But Moxley strategic in his own right. Turning the hips, getting the right boot on the bottom rope.
Could hear the air come out of the lungs of everyone in attendance as they realized perhaps the last opportunity for Bryan Danielson has slipped away from him.
But Bryan, don't do this. Oh my God, he's going to go for it.
No, Moxley. Oh no. Oh no.
Right on. Oh God.
I know it sounds like a broken record, but if that doesn't do it, what will?
Moxley can barely get up himself here.
The exposed concrete, the Death Rider.
Here it was, first the block, and then Moxley knew exactly what he was going to do.
This.
Look at Moxley.
This is it. This is the end of Bryan Danielson's career.
Whoa!
Not just yet.
No!
Not just yet.
Moxley's got to be getting beyond frustrated here.
If not now, then when?
What is Moxley whispering into the ear of Danielson? We'll never know, but we will know that these hammer and anvil strikes are finding their mark on the jaw of the AEW World Champion.
Bottom line here, as far as this match is concerned, is that Bryan cannot defend himself.
Well,
he's trying right now.
Yeah, hand fighting with Moxley. He's trying to use the wrist as a lever.
Well, he better hustle because he ain't going to last much longer at this rate.
Here he comes. He's standing back up, for God's sake.
Look at this, carrying the weight of Moxley.
Switching to a different arm.
Jon Moxley is absolutely relentless. Unlike anything we've seen in years.
But look at the tenacity of Danielson.
Where in the hell are these guys going?
Danielson carrying Moxley's weight.
There's only one way down from here.
There went the air right out of Jon Moxley and maybe the AEW champion as well.
Yeah, because Bryan cannot make a cover here. Look, he can barely even roll over to his side.
I can't say that Bryan's tank is empty, fellas, but it's damn sure near the red line.
More than a dozen singles meetings throughout their career. Danielson has the bulk of the wins, though Moxley has always defeated Bryan Danielson inside an AEW ring. Will that trend continue tonight? No, it will not, says the American Dragon.
Using every available appendage that he can.
Transitions again, lapel lock, attempt.
We have never seen Bryan Danielson like this. Desperation. You are looking, fans, at the greatest world champion I've ever seen.
Moxley breaks the grip of Danielson, now into a triangle. Danielson, the elbow strikes to the crown of the head of Moxley.
What a fighter we got on our hands here.
He is in for the fight of his life.
You're right. Oh, floating over here.
Moxley.
Again with the body scissors on.
Now transition, Shuji Gatame.
Danielson escaped.
Danielson slips free. Shoulder catcher suplex, but Moxley rolls through, swinging a miss. Danielson. Again. The third of the match. No, Danielson.
And Moxley got folded up like an accordion, but he still kicks out. He still competes. He is still arguably the toughest man to ever compete in an AEW ring.
Oh, Moxley, the lariat.
What a draining night.
A second.
God almighty.
The cover. 2. That's no, Danielson.
Target practice. That's all that was target practice.
Moxley.
The guns are drawn.
Oh, here we go.
The butterfly, the Death Rider. This time, center of the ring. Moxley makes the crawl. Danielson!
1 count. A damn 1 count.
I think that was a 1 count because he thought if they got to 2, he couldn't make it.
Where does he get this from?
Don't make me do this, boy. Don't make me do it. You want to do it? Don't make me do it.
Moxley said, don't make me do it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The Gotch style pile driver. And now Moxley transitioning. Looking for that bulldog, looking to flatten Danielson out.
Danielson's going to tuck his chin or try and break the hold with that free arm.
Man, we've got a lot of emotional fans here sitting on the edge of their seat.
They are baited. They can taste it. The end of Bryan Danielson.
Danielson reaching, looking for that rope to force the break. Oh, but look at his posture. He's fading.
Yeah, the knees.
Danielson's fading. Falls into the grip of Moxley.
Moxley's added the neck. Yeah, behind the back of the neck.
It's over.
That's it.
Oh, no.
Everybody involved knows what this means.
The winner of this match and new AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley.
The 4th reign of Jon Moxley as AEW World Champion begins, picking up at 400+ days, but the story here is now, in Danielson's own words, the end of his full-time in-ring career.
That was more of a struggle than a match. That was a titanic struggle.
It's funny. This is a moment I've thought about for so long. When it's finally here, it's not at all what I expected.
Oh, and now Marina Shafir, Claudio Castagnoli, and Pac. As if Bryan Danielson has not been through enough.
Claudio's got a bag in his hand. I guess they're going to put the AEW belt in there and walk away. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
And I hope that's all they do. Danielson doesn't deserve anything more.
No, what's the symbolism of putting the AEW belt in the bag? I don't get it.
No, Marina handing
All right, let's get some. No. Let's get security. Somebody needs to come out and stop this. They'll put a damn bag over his head again. He's a freaking maniac.
Wheeler Yuta and Darby Allin, thankfully, someone with some integrity, someone with some respect for Danielson, not going to sit idly by.
They've stopped Moxley from using that plastic bag on Bryan yet again.
Those are such evil intentions.
What the hell just happened?
Well, Yuta just almost at the head of Darby off.
Wheeler Yuta, who's been steadfast in his support of Bryan Danielson, now selects this moment of all moments.
They're using gaffer's tape or duct tape. Darby Allin
has Yuta been in on this all along?
I'm not so sure. I'm looking at Yuta right now. Look at his face. Face is buried in his hands.
He chose the moment to do it.
And
it's a terrible moment.
Now this is, I suppose, the true test of loyalty for Wheeler Yuta. No!
Get the damn police! Get rid of these people!
Good Lord. How much more can we take? The doctors come to ringside with a...
And Darby Allin taped, restrained. Stop, Brian, stop! Darby pleading, stop to Wheeler Yuta.
They're fighting off everybody. Somebody's got to break through. Somebody's got to stop this.
This is disgusting.
The private party has come out. They're being held off with us. Jeff Jarrett has arrived.
Not Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett has come in.
And Moxley with Jarrett in his grip.
And now
no.
They're putting his head in the damn chair.
How much can a man take? Physically, emotionally.
And Darby helpless. Restrained in the corner.
And for the love of God,
did you hear what Claudio just called for Jon Moxley?
Jarrett trying to get back in as best he can.
You got to hand it for Jeff for trying to do the right thing.
All right, now the locker room is empty, and I'm looking up to our left here.
Where the hell you guys been?
Let's go.
They got the belt in the bag, and the cowards are running away.
They're running like scalded dogs.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life in calling wrestling. The worst.
And poor Bryan Danielson, just what a suffering position.
Now this is
What a horrible.
This is no longer about the career of Bryan Danielson. This is about his quality of life.
That's
going
right.
forward.
Exactly.
This is about Bryan Danielson, his family, his children. This is about Bryan Danielson's life.
They need to, they were bringing the stretcher out. They need to be very, very careful in getting Bryan Danielson out of the ring. Very, very careful.
Yeah, this match ended up being more about the match, the personalities, the men, than it did the championship. Although we do have a new AEW World Champion.
Yeah, listen. I'm really concerned about Bryan because he's, as we're looking at, there's no motion right now. They're getting aboard. Darby Allin, look at Darby's face. I just, you know, you're right, Excalibur. We're talking about quality of life here. We're not talking about into his career. We're talking about, you see, they've dropped the ropes here.
I've been a part of AEW mainly since the inception. I've been proud to be a part of AEW, but what Moxley, what those people did tonight. I'm embarrassed.
Listen to the fans. This horrific scene. This is it's the worst I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a lot of bad stuff, but not like this. And again, they got to be very, very slow to get Bryan on that stretcher. Put the hard brace on. God almighty, what the hell?
Scary, scary situation. This affects so many people.